Well, it looks like it's 8:30 on my time. Where the heck's Larry? Oh, Larry. Larry's finally running late. Probably arguing with somebody about Star Trek. Well, hang tight, everybody. I'm sure once Larry gets here, we'll finally talk about the movie we watched this week. Gosh, Larry.
I fooled you all.
Ah, there you are.
I was here the whole time. Thank God Phil was here. I was listening to you, and you're like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about the movie we watched." You mean Copland? This movie's fantastic, man. Anyway, let's. That was just a funny thing that Randall did as a favor to me because I thought that was funny. I always give him shit about his food, and so I thought, hey, let's give Randall the opportunity to give me shit. I enjoyed it. Let's hope everyone else did too. Anyway, yeah. Copland. Are you going to tell us what you're having for dinner? Not just a bag of chips, man.
I'll be honest. I spoiled my dinner. I had like a snack, like I had Pocky, and I hadn't had one in a while, but I had one of those Frappuccino like coffee cold drinks.
Jesus.
So my stomach is like, nope, we're not hungry for dinner, but we'll eat a snack.
I gotcha. That happens to me all the time. I do this weird thing, especially if I'm in the middle of doing a project of some kind. I might only eat twice a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll get going in the morning. And this doesn't happen so much anymore, but when Walker was going to school, I would just have like a cup of coffee and just start my day, and then forget to eat breakfast, right?
Yeah.
So then I would just start eating at 11. Like I'd have like a brunch kind of. And then you don't have dinner like right away. So then I'd get kind of hungry around 4. So like I'd eat a brunch at 11 and eat dinner at 4, and then bowl of grapes or something and go to bed.
If I could, I would eat just one meal and maybe a snack per day if I could. It's tough though, just because of my work schedule and the job that I have, because it's very energy draining. So like when I'm at work, for some reason, I want to keep snacking.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
you're feeding the machine.
Yeah.
If I could, my perfect thing would be like little tablets, little 1950s astronaut tablets.
Yeah.
That you just like pop one in the morning and you're good for a while.
Yeah.
They tried to do that for the astronauts, and they realized that actually eating is good for your soul. It's like necessary for your mental health.
Oh, for sure.
To like sit down and have the ritual of preparing your food, putting it on a plate, sitting there and eating, even if you're by yourself. I mean, hopefully the idea is that you chat with the people you're eating with, right? And it's just kind of like a pause to the day while you refuel. But that the world's kind of not like that for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So like everybody's always like eating on the run or something. So I try to sit down, but I only have time twice a day to sit and like have a decent meal.
Well, it sounds like you got your own set schedule, and like I wish I kind of just had that.
Kind of.
It's like either I have to be up really early in the morning, or I'm closing and I got to work on stuff late at night. So
you got to find stuff that's portable but still semi good for you.
Yeah.
Like if you're buying like breakfast bars or some kind of like thing to eat, just make sure you get the stuff that has protein in it.
Yeah.
And
the protein bars.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And fiber bars.
That works too. Fiber bars with protein in it.
Yeah.
At least 5 grams and you'll be all right. Anyway, once and a half a day. I think Phil's telling us he eats once and a half a day. I guess that, I mean, that works.
That's ideal, man. That's ideal.
Anyway, you saw Copland, right? Like before.
No.
Oh no. Okay, good. All right, fantastic. So we can have like brand new fresh eyes. Both of us have glasses, so it's literally 8 fresh eyes on this movie.
Yeah. Like a spider.
Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
I'll start.
All right, cool.
Fun thing I love about this movie is the fact that it's written and directed by probably what people consider a young James Mangold. I like a lot of the movies that he's done. You probably know him from doing The Wolverine, Logan, probably the least liked Indiana Jones film.
What? The least liked? Really?
Dude, I ended up liking Kingdom of Crystal Skull better than this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just thought that was funny because Skull gets all the shit, but now that I think about it, I've only seen that new one once.
Yeah.
That's not really a ringing endorsement from me.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, I've seen Superman 5 times already.
Oh, nice.
Like, I only went to see that once in the theater and opening day, and me had a date. It was fun. I think, well, yeah, Walker came with us too. We have a picture in front of the movie poster.
Nice.
Because I wore my leather jacket and my fedora.
Nice.
I think, and I told Mimi when I told her that this was early James Mangold. She's like, "Oh, what has he done?" I'm like, "Oh, he's done the only good X-Men movie." And she's like, "Oh, which one?" I was like, "The Wolverine." And she's like, Old Man Logan." I'm like, "No, he did that one, but that's just an anomaly because that movie fucking sucks." And it doesn't. I mean, that's what I say because
yeah.
I didn't respond.
The R-rated Wolverine film.
It's not that. It's just the Wolverine is all that. That is fucking right there. And Logan, it's not. I've spoke about this a million times with you. They make a big deal in the comics that when Professor X loses his mind, Wolverine's going to take care of him, and they're not going to talk about it because they're men.
Yeah.
But hey, biggest brain in the world, don't worry. If you fucking freak out, I will end you. And the whole inciting incident of this movie takes place, 1, off camera, and 2, it's Professor X losing his mind and killing all the X-Men. And right there, they fucking lost me on that entire movie. I'm like, I do not accept your premise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
it's a dark alternate future.
But I love alternate future. I love dark stuff. I love that Deadpool 3 started their movie with, yeah, fuck that noise.
Yeah.
Because that's the fun thing about Marvel now, that they have such a collection of stuff that you can, like, fans can do that. Like, I don't hate Wolverine. I just don't like this weird offshoot of the future possible thing that might happen to him when he dies. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I honestly, cool. I think I've only seen Logan like maybe twice.
Yeah.
So it's like one of these days I do kind of want to go back and watch it, but at the same time I'm like, the thing that I was drawn to was the fact that it was rated R and we were going to see like Wolverine like really go at it, which we got. Yeah, but then you have Deadpool 3 where you see Wolverine kind of go at it also. So it's like, and so I definitely enjoyed Deadpool 3 more than Logan.
Yes. But let's talk about this one. Well, we're talking about the career of James Mangold. So
yeah. So anyways, Copland, stellar cast, right? I always remember the story that Sylvester Stallone put on a lot of weight to play this role.
40 pounds, man.
Yeah. He's a sheriff. And the reason it's called Copland is because it's in this town where a bunch of cops live. And they pretty much run that town. But then you find out there's some conspiracy going on. An incident happens. What was I saying?
Sag is like, you like Crystal Skull better? Damn it, Randall! That's funny.
It's Steven Spielberg, man. It's a Steven Spielberg film.
And this is pretty cool. The ringing in Stallone's ears scene in the theater was amazing.
Oh, nice. I can
imagine. I have a pretty good sound system, so I can, and I watched these things by myself. I don't want to upset my family watching some crazy shit with me going, shut up. I have to talk to Randall about this later.
So we got Ray Liotta in the movie, which in my opinion gave the best performance in the whole entire film. You got the legendary Harvey Keitel.
I don't disagree, but that's bold words with this cast.
Oh yeah. Then you got Harvey Keitel, which always delivers. That man always delivers. Surprisingly, I really enjoyed Robert Patrick. Is it Robert Patrick?
Yes.
T-1000?
Yes.
Yeah.
Peacekeeper's dad. I mean, Peacemaker's dad.
Yeah.
By the way, fuck Steve Euchrin for making me say Peacekeeper now. He's like, he very innocently one day went Peacekeeper. And I'm like, you mean Peacemaker? And he goes, oh yeah, sorry, my bad. And then that went into my head forever. So I call that fucking show Peacemaker Peacekeeper half the time because of Steve. So anyway,
there should be an alternate universe version of Peacemaker, and he's known as Peacekeeper.
Yeah, and he's played by George Clooney.
No, he's played by another wrestler, Batista. There you go. Batista was supposed to play Peacemaker.
Did you hear what he said?
No.
Somebody asked him about that, and if he was disappointed, he goes, well, kind of, because it's a great part, but kind of not, because John Cena does that so much better than I possibly could have.
Yeah.
It's just, as a fan, I just want to watch good shows, and I wouldn't have done as good a job. And I thought that was really cool of him.
Yeah.
Because everybody agrees with him, but usually actors don't say stuff like that.
That's like Tom Selleck.
Or if they do, they sound like assholes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, who could pull off I would have done better? Harrison Ford. I think Harrison Ford's the type of guy, he would say it like in a jokingly way.
But that's the same thing, though, right? He could say it and get away with it because he's probably going to be right. So yeah, as long as you don't say it like an asshole, right?
Yeah,
you're fine because everybody agrees with you. Like Bautista, he was saying it nice, but everybody was like, "Yeah, you're right, Dave." Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. You were on Ray Liotta. You're going through the cast. Ray Liotta, you said Robert Patrick. You love Janine
Robert
Garofalo.
Patrick, which we're talking about the movie, right? So spoilers are okay.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
dude, this movie had from 1997. I think we're okay on spoilers. Yeah.
Had the best death scene in the movie. The death scene performance.
Wait, who did?
The way he gets shot, the way he like falls and he dies, and he's just like looking right at the camera.
I missed it.
Beautifully shot.
Who?
Huh?
Who has the best death scene?
Oh, Robert Patrick.
Oh, okay. I don't know. You didn't like how Harvey Keitel went out?
Oh, I mean, it was okay.
I kind of liked how I forget the actor's name. John, the guy from West Wing.
West Wing.
Yeah, he was one of the detectives. The guy that plays Leo McGarity in fuck, what is that actual name? John. Now I have to look at.
Oh, like was he the older guy with like on the corner, and then like Ray Liotta, I think, shoots him?
No, he's one of the guys that came in through the door. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're right. Robert Patrick gets a great one. Harvey Keitel gets a great one. I mean, all the death scenes are pretty good. Even all the violence is good, right? People getting shot. Ray Liotta's girlfriend covered in burn scars.
Oh,
yeah.
And then the twist behind that one, that was a good one.
So so here's my first question for you.
Yeah.
How would you describe this movie as to a genre if you were trying to get somebody to watch it? Because it's a police procedural, right?
Right.
They don't really make those kind of movies anymore. That's kind of a TV thing now.
No, there's some.
What? Name me a police procedural movie in the last 10 years. And name me a comedy besides Naked Gun. Because they just don't make those two kinds of movies now.
Well, wasn't there a movie with like Colin Farrell and Edward Norton, and I think they were both cops? Or maybe I'm mixing up the actors in different cop films, but they make quite a bit of cop films. Like even like, you know what? I enjoyed the Keanu Reeves Street Kings film, which I think David Ayer directed.
Cops are in it doesn't make it a procedural though. You know what I mean? A cop movie and a procedural cop movie is it's a more specific thing.
Okay, break it down, like what you mean by procedural and like.
Well, it's just it's like Law and Order, the TV show.
Yeah.
It's a procedural, right? And what they mean is that instead of a thriller or a 2-hour theatrical or something, that the story that they're telling is a procedure. There's a crime, and then some guy does it, and then they figure it out, and then they pay or don't, right?
It's
And
partial. I'd say it's partial.
what's partial?
Well, I mean, like it's procedural.
Seven's a great one, yeah.
Oh yeah, Seven's a great one.
But last 10 years, man, I don't really think they're making it.
I'm confident they make enough cop movies. I'm confident there's another one or two.
I'm sure there's one or two, right?
You
Like,
probably haven't seen it.
hey, it's the weather's nice in Florida is a true statement, but hey, there's going to be one or two hurricanes and everybody dies, right? There's one or two, sure, but that doesn't mean that the weather's not nice anyway. But here's what I would say: I wouldn't tell anybody it's a police procedural, and I wouldn't even tell them like the fucking great cast. I would tell them, you want to see an urban western, because that is a fucking the main character is a sheriff, man.
Yeah.
They might as well.
It's a shootout at the end.
Right. It's an urban western.
Okay.
Anyway, so once I clombed onto that, because I thought it was going to be very noirish because of the voiceover in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because De Niro's like, hey, this is the kind of thing that happens, man. And then at the end, he's like, well, that sure was amazing, wasn't it? And so you kind of fake yourself that it's kind of a noir, but it kind of isn't.
I laughed at De Niro because I'm like, there's a scene where he's like yelling at Stallone, and he's like, I gave you your chance. You blew it. You blew it. You know, and I swear he's done that line, that performance, that exact performance. He's done it before. And I can't remember if there was a movie he did with young DiCaprio where he was like an abusive stepdad, I think. And I think it was that movie, or maybe it was one of those like comedy movies that he did. But when he said that, I just started laughing. I was like, oh my God, like that's classic De Niro performance right there. Like,
I mean, I imagine that's his speaking voice, right?
Oh, exactly. Oh yeah, totally. That's. But I mean, just to hear him yelling like "You blew it," it's like, yeah.
Here's something I'd want to address, especially with your 40 pounds heavier thing. Phil's going, I'm not a Sly fan at all, but he's really great in this. And I kind of I like First Blood. That's cool. I like some of his early movies, but I spoke a little about that last week when we were talking about which one to watch, because I don't know. I can't even put it into words. I just don't respond to his meathead roles, right? Sure. So I kind of miss this one because I'm like, Sylvester Stallone, who cares? I kind of liked Cliffhanger, I kind of like these, but I don't care. But then I watched this and I'm like, what the fuck? He is amazing in this.
It's what if Rocky Balboa was a little bit smarter and decided to be a sheriff?
Yeah, I mean,
because the way he talked, he was like a real nice guy, and he's just like, hey, maybe we could do this, maybe let's turn the guy in, let's just be honest, let's be, and they're like, shut up.
But that's what's great, right? Because he never plays that role.
Right.
And he sold it. Yeah. You totally got that Sylvester Stallone if things went one way instead of the other.
Yeah.
Right? He's just like, just kind of, I wanted to do this thing and this is as best I could do, so I'll just go along and get along. And
yeah,
that's a brave role for that guy. I don't know if at the time, because I haven't really followed his career, so all I know is the funny rivalry he had with Stallone in the late 80s that culminated with
Schwarzenegger. Yeah,
I mean, with Schwarzenegger, they culminated with Schwarzenegger going, yeah, I really want to do this, throw mama from the train.
Yeah, I love that.
To see what Sly would do, and then he accepts the dumbest movie in the world.
Yeah, and I love Last Action Hero when they're like, you're the Terminator. He's like, me, and then it cuts to like a cutout of Stallone as the Terminator.
Yeah. Philbo's he's crushing it today. Pairing Sylvester Stallone with Janeane Garofalo, and Janeane Garofalo in 1997, because she was crushing it, and Harvey Weinstein kind of got in the middle of her career.
Yep.
Not in the Harvey Weinstein way, right? But just like, she's not pretty enough, and so I know that they put that line in there because of that. Yeah. She did a thing called, I forget what it's called, but it was It takes place in Ireland with Uma Thurman, and it's something like The Truth About Cats and Dogs.
Yeah, was it? I
I think
thought
that's
was
what
it?
it's called.
I thought it was Los Angeles.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really follow their careers, but I remember she did something with Uma Thurman, and it was some kind of Romish comish thing.
Like
And
catfishing. The guy thought
yeah, there's another one she did with Ireland that I'm confusing it with
maybe
because
it's kind of like similar to like Roxanne.
I watched them all a lot. Well, Roxanne's just Cyrano de Bergerac, right?
Yeah.
She's not in Roxanne, is she?
No. But what I'm saying is, there's a guy. It's reverse, right? Instead of two guys and one girl, it's two girls and one guy. The guy
Okay.
thinks that
I just meant I don't care about the movie. I just meant that was the movie where everybody was like, "Well, she's not pretty." I'm like, "Well, first of all, you knocked her up against Uma Thurman at the top of her game, so that's kind
yeah,
of not really a fair comparison." But if you do want to make that comparison, you're out of your fucking mind because she held her own with Uma Thurman. It's
yeah,
just it was like a Betty and Veronica thing, but it was just all the dumbasses going,
yeah.
well, she's not tall and blonde. And I'm like, she's anyway. I just
He's like
remember
a
all that very clearly because I was like, she's the girl to play Annie in the Astronauts in Trouble movie at that time, right?
yeah,
And so I firmly believe, as a guy who knows how things work, that Robert Patrick has a line in there when you first meet her, and he goes, oh, hey, she's kind of cute. And I just was like, so fuck you, Harvey. I kind of heard that at the end of it. Anyway, good on Janine Garofalo. Pairing her with Sylvester Stallone was awesome.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of the equivalent of pairing Rob Schneider.
Well, I'm glad Randall froze on that because he was about to say something weird. We didn't hear you, but I assume you were trying to make a joke about Rob Schneider being the new Janine Garofalo of some kind, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyway, she was great. And the other thing about her character, Cindy, first of all, they call her Cindy, which is like a head boppy kind of name, and she's not a head boppy kind of girl. So that was funny.
No,
every time that they talk about her, they have to go, "Where's Cindy?" And you look for Annabelle Sirora, who's a kind of a Cindy kind of looking girl.
Yeah,
the girl who drowned or almost drowned, that he was in love with, Joey Radone's wife.
Yeah. She looks like a Cindy.
She looks like a Cindy. Anyway, so she at the beginning of Act 3 goes, "Yeah, I'm going upstate. I don't need this job. I don't need this town. Fuck all of you guys." And she leaves. I fucking love that scene. That never happens in those kind of movies.
Yeah.
And because for things to proceed in the way a procedural needs, people have to do stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the tightrope walk always is to make sure that people aren't so dumb that you think, oh, that's just a plot thing that has to go that way.
Right.
But dumb enough that you think, oh, that's something somebody would do. And so literally that's what every character would do. Like, oh my God, I just moved here. All this shit is going on. This isn't what I expected. I'm out. Like, but that doesn't really work for movies usually. But oh my God, it totally worked for her because of who they cast. Like, you completely believe Janine Garofalo just going, I'm out. Good luck. Anyway, I love that.
It's like a horror movie and somebody realizes, like, you know what? People are dying. I'm out.
Right. I'm not hiding in the garage.
Yeah.
I'm going to safety. Anyway.
Which I think in a way makes Stallone's character even more brave. Like, he literally was the only sheriff that handled it. The other guy was like, I got a wife.
He's number one on the call sheet, man. Of course he's brave.
Yeah.
He's brave to have settled down in that position, right?
Well, he had no choice, right? He wanted to be a cop, but because of his injury, he couldn't. So that's the best
how they presented it. But, like, the best thing you can get is to be the sheriff of a town in New Jersey that's run by cops and the mob. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It was great though. I bought it. I bought it to the point where if they had told me that was based, if anybody told me it was based on a true story, I would have 100% believed it.
Yeah.
That seemed like the kind of thing that somebody would pull, and that it would get out of hand like that. And maybe the guy didn't die, and maybe some of the more fantastic things you'd be like, oh, well, that's just a movie. No, the whole fucking thing's a movie. But that's pretty impressive, though, because it just seems like, who's the guy playing Mo Tyndall? Because Mo Tyndall is obviously a real guy in Internal Affairs, right? No, just Robert De Niro telling him he blew it.
Yeah. You blew it.
You blew it.
I gave you your chance and you blew it.
I feel like Reality Bites was big for her, which was right before this, I think.
I have not seen that movie.
Me neither. And you know what? We should probably see it, because I realized I didn't see a bunch of movies between 1992 and 1998 or so, because of what was going on in my life.
I've seen a lot of movies in that time period.
Well, that's when you were going to movies, right?
Not really. My dad wasn't a big moviegoer. Like, thankfully, my brother was the one that pushed. He's like, you got to go see this. So like when Jurassic Park came out, he took me to go see Jurassic Park. Cool. When they re-released the original trilogy, the special edition, I got to watch those. I think at least one or two of them. I don't remember seeing all three, but I could be wrong. And because of him, like, getting me to go see movies, like, once I was old enough to, like, my dad can just drop me off, like, you'll be okay. Then I started, going to the local movie theater and, checking out movies. And I remember seeing Star Wars Episode 1 in the movie theater. One of the movies I totally missed out in the movie theater that I really wanted to see was The Matrix.
What? You missed The Matrix in the theater?
Yeah. Well, it's rated R. It's rated R. And I was like, still, like, I think.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It was 99. You were under 17 in 99?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, let's move on, because I can't talk to people. That's like Epstein file stuff. How much do you think High Noon, Outland, and Copland are related? So this is an excellent question.
I haven't seen High Noon. We did see Outland, because that was one of the movies
right.
You recommended, which I enjoyed.
So,
and Shotgun, right? Shotgun in the scene, and
you can't answer this question, because High Noon and Outland are exactly the same movie.
Okay.
So it's just that instead of shuttle coming to the planet to kill everybody, to kill the sheriff, it's the stagecoach is coming to town to kill the sheriff. And I feel that's like what High Noon is that's when the stagecoach is coming to town and they're just going to kill the sheriff.
Oh, okay. In High Noon, would you say, because, like, obviously Connery plays confident characters, and I think in the first half of Copland, Sylvester Stallone's sheriff didn't seem like a confident guy. Like, he just seemed like a guy who didn't want any trouble, and then finally decided, like, hey, I want to take a stand. I want to do something good. Like the second half of the film, or at least the third act. And so, like, comparing, Connery and Outland to Stallone and Copland, I feel like they're just two different characters.
Okay.
type of characters. Obviously, they're two different characters, but, like,
all of the sheriff characters are pretty different. I mean, you have to do that, or because otherwise people will just be like, "Oh, that's a ripoff."
Right.
But archetypically, though, right? They're the sheriffs of podunk outposts in the middle of nowhere, so they're not the best guys, because the best guys are in New York City and San Francisco, right?
Right.
So if you're the law in the middle of nowhere town, it's really easy to it's not so much not do your job, but to look the other way when something's on the line, right? And so then once you start doing that, the bad guys know the line moves a little, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like, you didn't mind me stealing this chocolate bar.
Yeah.
And you didn't mind me coming in and, like, saying, hey, thanks for your donation to the high school, and taking out the money in the cash register. But then I beat up the guy, and now the cops are gonna have to start saying something, right?
Right.
And so, but if the guy's, he's the law enforcement in town, but, like, he has no backup and nobody cares, he's not gonna want to, like, enforce the letter of the law either, because it's just a big pain in the ass for everyone. So when I saw Phil's question, I honestly didn't think Copland was that related, but now I do. That because it's yeah, they're all three of them are like, you know, Batman in Snyder's Justice League, right?
Okay.
They all were like really on top of their games at one point. Not so much Sylvester Stallone's character, but he had potential, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's why he jumped into the car and why he said as an adult, if that happened to me again, I wouldn't do it. But because he wanted to be a superhero, like all the other guys, you know, you get into law enforcement to do good, right?
Yeah.
Or to secure people or to whatever, you know, whatever that means for you. And then you realize that in the world of the films, this one guy can't do anything until you do in Act 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they are related in a way that just urban western, right? Because High Noon's a western, Outland's a space western, Copland's an urban western. So yeah, they're all related because they hit a lot of western archetypes while they're doing their own thing.
Okay.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. What do you think?
I mean, the impression I got of this film, just because of like how it was directed, the ensemble cast, I just think like it kind of reminded me of a Clint Eastwood movie. You know, like one of the ones, one of those types of like, you know, ensemble cast like drama. Like I think Mystic River is kind of like, you know, kind of like there's some not the style. The style is like I think similar. And so like I think we've seen like a good number of movies like that where you just have like this whole stellar cast and an incident happens, and as the incident happens, you find out like more stuff happening behind the scenes, and it leads to more drama, more, you know, stuff unfolding. And so I think Copland was just one of those movies in the 90s. Very underrated. I don't think I rarely hear people ever talk about that movie. For years, you know, that movie's been like on the back of my mind. Like I really want to see that because I really love ensemble films and I enjoyed the cast.
This
I mean, heck,
was crazy.
It was. I mean, even down to like you had people who were supporting roles, like they were only in the movie for 5 or 10 minutes, and they're like, this is a person that played a big role in Sopranos. You know, like, you know, I'd say a good chunk of actors from Sopranos were in this movie, even if it was like a scene where there was no dialogue for the character.
I think that the top 15 actors are all like people you know. I mean, even Joey Radon is Peter Berg, right? I mean, that's amazing.
Peter Berg, yeah.
That's just amazing. Anyway, while you were speaking, I sort of looked at Mangold's. First of all, he's as old as I am. I'm actually 2 months older than him, which makes me feel like I have done nothing with my life. Because check this out.
No.
Check this out. Copland, Girl Interrupted, Identity, Walk the Line, that Johnny Cash movie.
Okay.
310 to Yuma, Night and Day, like the Lost Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
Wolverine and Logan, and then Ford versus Ferrari, Indiana Jones, and then in theaters right now that Bob Dylan pick with the guy from The Bear, which I'm mad I haven't seen yet. Complete Unknown, you know that song? And then Jeremy, not the guy who played The Thing, but the lead of The Bear.
Oh no, he's playing what's his name?
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen, yeah.
Right. That's
what
I said.
You had said Bob Dylan.
Oh, did I? Oh man. I need a CAT scan. I was thinking of that Bob Dylan movie. That's why I said
Timothy Chalamet.
Unknown. I did. I said a complete. I was talking about Bob Dylan. What is that Springsteen movie called? It's
You're gonna have to look it up.
it's lyrics from one of his songs.
Okay.
But like that Complete Unknown movie was so good because they had like 10 actors playing Bob Dylan, but it was like random people like Danny DeVito and like Elizabeth Hurley, you know, and it all worked. It was great. Not really. Not really those two, but there was like Tilda Swinton was one of them. Think about that for a second.
Oh no, you're talking about the other Bob Dylan movie, the one that had Christian Bale.
I probably am. I don't know, man. All I wanted to do was talk about Bruce Springsteen because James Mangold came. And
We end up
his
talking about
birthday's December 16th, which is my mom's birthday. Why don't we just stay there and not talk about Bob Dylan, Larry? I
the
think
16th,
Blonde on
huh?
Blonde is a good album. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Randall is correct. I know Randall is correct. Let's put it on there so he can grab a screen line.
My favorite words. It's like music to my
Randall is
ears every time I
correct.
hear it.
It's not so much Randall is correct as I'm an mentally addled old senior citizen.
No. Do not discredit yourself.
Well, thank you. I think I'm describing myself accurately. If I wanted to discredit myself, I would just release the transcripts. Anyway, so what were some other things that really stood out in the movie? You know what I really liked? Mangold was doing this weird, I don't know. Did he write and direct that one? I don't remember.
He did.
He did. Okay. Yeah, like I said, he said that was a based on a true story. Apparently, it was set in a town much like the New Jersey town he grew up in.
Okay.
So, or Washington State or wherever he was, it was a lot of cops. So he probably, as an adult, was like, "Wow, I probably saw a lot of shit when I was a kid."
Yeah.
Let's put all this together.
Oh,
Anyway.
you know who I forgot to mention, and I've always kind of liked him. He's turned into a curmudgeon, but Michael Rappaport.
I love Rappaport. He's great.
Yeah, I mean, there's just something about like the way he plays these characters. It feels like he's always playing the same character. He even did a movie with Eddie Murphy called Metro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he played a cop in that one. He's a cop in this one. He's the one that's kind of like in the middle of all the drama, nicknamed Superboy, which I like. So it's always fun hearing the actors saying, hey, you got Superboy over there, or trying to protect Superboy, or are you trying to kill Superboy?
He's part of the inciting incident, and so since I had never seen this before, and they make it look like he jumps to his death, right? I was thinking it's like at minute 12. I think I even looked at the clock. I was like, man, that's pretty bold to hire Michael Rappaport for like a 3-minute scene. So then when it's revealed that he didn't die, I was like, I'm really invested in this movie, but I want to know how that happened.
Yeah.
Because Harvey Keitel runs over there and starts going,
God.
"Oh my God, he jumped! Holy shit, I don't believe it!" And I was like, that's kind of like funny. And it's not until you go, back in the movie, you're like, hey, remember when you thought he was kind of like sucking as an actor? It was like, no, he was sucking as his character. Yeah. It was like, I'm trying to sell this thing right now, and it doesn't kind of make any sense, but everybody buys it. And I don't get like how that worked. Like because the last time we see Rappaport, he goes over to the side and goes, "Oh, my life is over," and that kind of sells it to the audience, right?
Right.
But like, I've seen a million bridges like that. You can go over the side, and like his uncle probably came up to him and was like, "Hey, buddy, jump down there and get under there and start running for one side, and we'll fucking deal." I get how maybe that happened, except I don't understand how all the people up there didn't go, "Oh, he went into the water," and they're shooting their flashlights. Like, why somebody didn't go, "Well, why don't we send somebody under there to see like if he's still like hanging by his shirt or something?" You don't think it's a story yet. You don't think it's a scam, but like he might, if you see the water and nothing looks like it's happening down there, maybe he didn't hit the water. So you look under the bridge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I agree.
Can I tell you why I'm so like why that threw me off of it? Because before 9/11 and San Francisco, California, you could walk from one end to the other of the Golden Gate Bridge, and at the other end there's this cool little thing, Lookout Point. It's in Sausalito, technically, I think. You get out, you get out and you look around and take pictures of the San Francisco. It's great, but before 9/11, you could like kind of walk down this little sidewalk and hop a little 4-foot fence and get into the infrastructure of the bridge. And
Yeah.
you could walk all the way back under the bridge, and all the catwalks and stuff is completely dangerous,
Yeah.
right? Nobody's hooked up or anything, but you could do it. I went about a quarter mile, but like it's 400 feet in the air. So I started to get a little nervous, but
Yeah. Yeah.
like I did it once. And so like I know what under some kinds of bridges look like. And I imagine the bridges that in New York City or going from New York to New Jersey, wherever that, I think that was even supposed to be the George Washington Bridge. There's stuff underneath for maintenance, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of started thinking about there's a lot of stuff that has to go.
Well, I mean, I assume like because Harvey Keitel's like he jumped, everyone just took his word for it.
I guess.
That he
And
witnessed
then I know it's just then the paramedic is like, that's bullshit. You planted the gun. There's a big fight. I get how I don't know. It's a really good movie. I recommend it.
I do feel like some of the racial tension was kind of like died down in that movie. Like I think it could have been bigger. Like they showed some of it, but it's they kind of like said, okay, we're not going to show too much of it. We're just going to show that it exists, but we're going to have it just focused on the characters and the story.
In the director's commentary, Mangold says there's 2 deleted scenes that show the racism a little more.
Okay.
But I get why they took it out, because you kind of get it. Like those people are screaming, like, this is bullshit. Like every time you see the cops being assholes to somebody, that's not part of the movie. It's black guys, or couples and stuff. But people. Yeah. So I get like, man, when I got that info, I was like, I personally don't need 2 more. Like the cops are right. I totally got it.
We get it.
You know what I mean? I see why those were deleted scenes.
Yeah.
I don't need to see people hassling more. I don't know. So, whatever. But yeah, James Mangold, born on my mom's birthday in 1963. So yeah.
So you said his birthday is the 16th of December?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man. But like, Jesus. I guess he made his debut in 95. But his first, he did Oliver and Company in 1985. I wasted my life. I wasted my life. Yeah, some animated Disney thing based on Oliver Twist.
I remember that. Yeah, Billy Joel did the music for that.
It's a kid thing, man. In 1985, I can't tell you what I was doing.
I guess I could say the same thing.
What year were you born, Randall?
I was born in 83.
Okay, well, you were too. You were being in your terrible 2s.
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport is great in True Romance. Here's a Michael Rappaport story. He was in the early 2000s. He was in a sitcom, and I forget what it was called, but it was a legit sitcom. It's not streaming, which I looked because one of the set designers sent me some info and was like, hey man, we're doing a show with Michael Rappaport. One of the episodes is kids go to a comic book convention. Can we borrow all your shit?
Oh,
and
nice.
It was somebody that Adam Beechin knew. So I was like, yeah. So I sent them a bunch of all my banners, and just everything. And they set up a little thing and it looked great.
So your stuff's on that episode.
But I can't prove it because that fucking show, it was on for like 6 seasons and apparently nobody cared. Because it's not.
I watched that show.
It's not on streaming.
I remember watching. I was like big into sitcoms, so there was 2 family shows that were very similar. Michael Rappaport did one, and then I think what's the other guy's name? Donald Logue.
Donald Logue. He did a sitcom?
Yeah, where he was a family man. He was a dad. He had the wife. He had the kids.
Huh.
Very similar style.
Wow, I don't know that one. That dude is a great writer. And
Yeah.
I'm on his Facebook page, and every once in a while he'll pop out this like slice of life thing about like running a cross country race in San Diego when he was in high school, and it's fucking compelling. And I sent him a fan letter one time, and he was very gracious about it.
That's
And
awesome.
but I was telling him, I was like, dude, you have to collect all those in a book. And
Yeah.
like I told him we did Tales from Fish Camp. Do you know about that book we did?
No.
My friend Danielle is super striking African American chick,
Hmm.
dreadlocks, really cute. And back in the day, I don't know, she's probably an old lady now, like us all. And her life is kind of like she's in the middle of something, right? And she's like, I'm going to take the geographic cure. I'm just going to go somewhere else and do something else for a while and figure my shit out, and then that'll teach me my next bit in life.
Yeah.
So she decides to go to a fish camp in Alaska and cut fish. You make a lot of money really fast, but it's crazy work. It's in the middle of nowhere, Alaska. And it's just, if you're a cute girl, it's like the last place you want to go, because everybody who goes up there is just people running from the law and shitheads with no social skills. And so she started sending these letters back to about 10 or 15 of her friends, right? Of which I
Mhm.
was on the thing. And it was really compelling. It was great, little slice of life stuff, but it's just what was happening to her that week or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it was so insane that it was like, if this was a TV show, no one would believe this, Danielle. By the time she got to the third one, where she had this pretty serious leather man, and she would open the big blade and put it outside, because where everybody had to shower was just like this 2x4 plywood enclosed thing with the water and a little curtain, and like fucking it's open to the world. Anybody can come in there, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a bit where you reach out where you keep your shampoo and soap and stuff. And she would put that there, and right next to it is her open Leatherman.
Yeah.
She said, like every once in a while, somebody would like open the thing to say it, and she would grab the Leatherman. Now she's sitting there naked in the shower, but she's got a 4-inch blade. Now what are you going to do, pal? And
Yeah. Yeah.
every time everybody goes, sorry. And, okay, got to see the cute girl naked, but she was going to put this in your eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so once she wrote that one, I was like, Danielle, you need to stop sending these around. You need to just send this to me and do about 25 of them, and we'll make a book. And then you get 2% of the print run from Planet Lair. So you can send them all to the people that you're going, hey, remember you only got 3 things from me, and every time, the rest of the time I told you it's going to be a book, here's the book.
Here's the book. Yeah.
And so I told all of that to Donald Logue, and he just wrote back, oh yeah, this is going to be a book. So I love it when people do cool crap and write it down, and then it's a book.
Do you still have those letters?
From Danielle?
Yeah.
They were emails.
Oh, they're emails. Okay.
So I have the book. We printed a book, so we don't.
Oh, nice.
I didn't need to save the emails. I made the book. I haven't sent you your loose cannon from last week, so I'll see if I can find one of those fish camps, and I'll send it into you, because it's short. It's a short book. It's only 120 pages long, but it's hilarious.
That's awesome. Thank you, man.
I still have my 30-year-old Leatherman. I just lose my
Nice.
Leathermans, so I stopped buying Leathermans. I get Swiss Army knives, but this is cool. Well, a Swiss Army penknife, because check this out. It has a USB.
Oh, nice. The modern day Swiss Army knife.
Exactly. Anyway, what do you feel like watching next week? What have we come up with?
That's a good question. Let me see real quick.
I went with a Gerber. Yeah, I have a really cool fish scaling knife that my dad had that was his father's from like the 20s. So that's what I use for but I can't carry that thing around because it's got a 6-inch blade.
What I need to do is I need to start buying.
Should we do a Godzilla film?
Perhaps. If it's available.
If it's available. Yeah. I don't Chris, what should we watch? Should we watch what was that one that came out in the last 20 years where like Godzilla was kind of like off screen a lot? I just remember in the last 20 years online, I saw some clip of a little Japanese kid running down a street and there was like just carnage. But then you realize it was like cars flipping by him and stuff, and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And then you hear like that weird nuclear Godzilla scream. I don't know. You got HBO Max? HBO?
I do have HBO Max.
All right, there's lots on there. Well, we'll figure one out. I'll do that when we get off and send you a list and say, what do you want? If they have Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, I would love to watch that.
Okay.
It's from the time that we're checking out. I think it's 1974. Might be 73. I don't know. When I get that close back in the
Didn't
day.
they do a Godzilla versus King Kong? But it was like a 1980s version.
Godzilla? I don't know. Maybe.
I could have sworn they did a Godzilla King Kong like back in the. There was also the Jeff Bridges King Kong movie, right?
Oh yeah, you want to watch that?
Yeah.
Let's do that because that's Jessica Lange's first movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, and yeah, let's do that. That's historically significant, and that lays into that's 1976, so that lays into the Jaws Star Wars time.
Okay.
And Dino De Laurentiis and the whole like American bicentennial. So that was part of the thinking. They were like, King Kong in the modern day. That's the kind of thing that happens when America's 200. Man,
do you think that's that King Kong is on HBO Max?
Oh, I don't know. Let's go to the videotape. King Kong 1972 streaming. It's like, oh, it's on it says Netflix has got it. Who knows if that's true though? You don't have Netflix, right?
No, I probably won't get Netflix until November.
Oh no, this title currently isn't available. We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Let's not waste time on.
I'm trying to think here.
Not so much our time. We could do that all night long, but I don't want to. I want to give Chris and Phil and whoever else is watching some. Like Glenn Farrington is probably watching, but it's probably Friday. I don't know if you noticed that, like, it's hard to watch us live because this is dinner time across the world.
Oh, sure.
So, but man, you get some good hits. Everybody wants to see what Randall has to say about things.
Yeah, it really is fun, like watching movies I haven't seen before. I have this really bad habit of like buying movies that I like versus I should be buying movies I haven't seen. And then
yeah, I get that though, because then you're like, what if I don't like it? I just bought this nonsense.
I'm a collector. Like, I have the mentality of like, even if I don't like it, I want to own all of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I used to be like that until I realized you're not ever going to own all of it, man.
Oh, but it's not so much the completing it, it's the journey.
Right? I gotcha. Believe me. I don't know. If you could see.
Yeah. I can't remember what movie or TV show it was, but it was like, it's boys and their toys. Whoever owns the most toys wins.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
No, I know. But I mean, like, I get the idea behind it.
Yeah, of course. Everybody wants to.
I was going to mention, I still haven't seen Super 8.
Okay.
And I think there was another one on here. I was like, oh, that might be a good one. Did you ever see the movie Oscar? I think you said no, right? Because
the Stallone one. No, I can't do two Stallone movies back to back.
It's a John Landis film. Another spectacular ensemble.
Well, maybe later, but like I said, back to back Sly, that's not gonna work.
Oh no, I agree. Back to back, no, but I'm just saying in the future.
Yeah, yeah. I hope you're keeping track of this because I'm not. Like if I was, I would keep track of. I should write down something tomorrow. The next day, I'm gonna write down and go, dude. Just write down all the streamers you have.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen Wing Commander?
Oh, I haven't.
No.
But no, I'm interested because there are a lot of props and costumes from Wing Commander out, even now. But isn't there some Musketeer chucklehead in that made me like not care? And it's based on a video game I don't care about.
Yeah, yeah. But you
But
know
the
what though?
costumes are great.
Yeah, there's something about that movie. I think it's like the supporting cast. You had the one actor, which I've never seen the movie, but he's famous from doing the movie Das Boot.
That's good.
And so he's in it. And what's great is like, they're in this spaceship and it's kind of similar to like a submarine.
No,
It's like
I know all about it. I just
okay.
I just if I ever watch it, it's gonna be like my wife's on a business trip and there's nothing else on, and I'll remember, Randall was telling me about this dumb thing because somebody's trying to sell me one of the green vests from the landing deck guys because there's fucking 300 of those things.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch it and I'll be like, oh yeah, that movie's awesome. But
And I still need to watch Jackie Brown.
yeah.
Yep. So Jackie Brown, I know
What
that's
about
on the list.
American Werewolf in London? Have you ever seen that?
Oh, it's one of my all-time favorite werewolf
Okay.
movies, man.
All
Like
right.
growing up as a kid, I was like, that movie made me love werewolves.
All right.
And so anything werewolf related, Teen Wolf, I enjoyed.
I
Silver.
love how like one good experience with a particular piece of art makes you go, oh, I must now consume everything that's even mildly like this now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, I went to go see it because Jenny Agutter is in it, who's the girl from Logan's Run, which we watched.
Right, yeah.
And then there was the kid, the Dr. Pepper kid is one of the stars, right? And his brother was Pete Burke in the Planet of the Apes TV show. So there were lots of ins. And of course, John Landis, right? I mean, he was really good at the time. And so that soundtrack's incredible. It's got really good. Actually, and then oh man, who's the guy that is the other lead? But it's he's a pretty famous actor now, and he was in a movie called oh fuck, never mind.
Who's that girl?
Griffin Dunn is the name
Griffin
of the
Dunn, yeah.
actor, and he was in a movie with it's the one where he's out all night. The movie starts
After Hours.
After Hours.
Yeah,
So
that's another movie I want to watch.
American Werewolf in London made me watch After Hours, and that was great. Yeah, Griffin Dunn. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, After Hours. That's a Scorsese film.
I love that movie. I might go watch that movie right now. If Mimi's training for her half marathon because fucking open water swimming and with the sharks under Golden Gate Bridge isn't exciting enough. So when she gets back, I might put that on, and because she's out running right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, like Griffin Dunn. It's funny. There's a Madonna film where he's in it, and he plays like the sort of like love interest. It's a quirky, romantic comedy, and I've always enjoyed that movie. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's something fun about it. It's like definitely 80s and like, goofy fun. Like they even do like animation similar to like what they would do with the Pink Panther films.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
You don't have to apologize to me for liking some weird movie because that's all I love. I love weird movies. Mimi and I are crushing The White Lotus though lately. Speaking of good casts,
yeah.
Have you been watching that?
White Lotus? No. I mean, right now a lot of the TV that I'm watching is stuff that I'm buying.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So like I just recently bought Freakazoid.
The cartoon.
Yeah. I'm a Paul Dini fan.
I just love that like we have such strong overlap on some stuff and it's just like wide misses on other stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean that's kind of like all my friends, right? I'm into weird shit and I love weird people. And so all my weird friends are just into weird shit, and a lot of times their weird shit is weird to me as well.
Oh, and it's kind of fun. Like if
Not
you're,
that Freakazoids is weird. It's
yeah. No,
pretty
I think it is kind
character.
of fun. Like when you meet other people who are into like film and television, and it's almost like a contest. Like, what have you watched? Oh yeah, I've seen that too. Have you seen this? Like, no, I haven't seen it. I'm like, oh, 1 point for me.
Yeah, I never look at it like that. I look at like, oh, this person's interesting, so they
Yeah.
probably have good taste in movies, and I haven't seen that, so I should watch that. That's
Oh
why I
yeah.
like
No.
hanging out with you. Like, I would never watch Copland, man. I would have just missed that my entire life, and now my life is better because that movie smoked. I love it.
So we had to bring balance, right? Because what was that one zombie movie that we watched?
Yeah, the Jarmusch one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't good. But that's just me. I'm not gonna respond to zombie movies.
Yeah.
I can take it a little, like that Snyder zombie movie he did with Bautista, where they shut down Las Vegas.
I haven't seen that one.
I just watched like the inciting incident, right?
Yeah.
There's like some shit happens, planes are falling, everybody's zombies, fucking Las Vegas is crazy. They put a big wide wall around it, and a couple people like just miss getting out. Boom, Day of the Dead or whatever it was called, right? That was the
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fine. I don't need the rest of the movie. That was
Yeah.
exciting. That was great. I totally get what they're going for. And now I don't care. And I
Yeah.
turned it off. And people are telling me, like, no, the whole movie is they're going to get money. I don't care.
It's a
Like,
heist. It's a
you can
heist
tell
film.
me whatever you want, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the bit I saw. Just leave it there.
They should have put a twist on it, right? It was like zombie mafia, right? But they retained their personality and brains. So like, like
But then it's not a zombie movie.
it's an obscure zombie film.
I have been thinking about that as a writer. I have this sort of idea that I've been thinking about for a long time
Okay.
about, because people always go like, do a Batman story, Larry. We love your writing. And I'm like, I totally appreciate that, but I don't really got a Batman story in it.
Yeah.
And then when I do it, it's like, oh, okay, here's Justice Hall from Planet of the Capes. That's what I would do with Batman. And everybody's like, yeah, but it's not Batman. I'm like, I know, because I don't care about Batman.
Right.
If a dark, brooding figure of the night, though, I would do it like this.
Yeah.
You get that, but he's also Captain America. What is that world that he lives in? That the Federated States of America is, their big guy is a Batman kind of character. What is that? That's interesting to me. And everybody's like, too much. And so everybody goes, dude, you hate zombie stuff so much, you have to do a zombie thing. And so I kind of have an idea, but it's not a zombie movie.
Okay.
Right? It's there are zombies, but they're not monsters. They're just dead people.
Yeah.
Right? They have their ability to walk around. Somebody told me that Santa Clarita Diet is a little like that. And I haven't watched it, so I don't, because I was like, I don't want to like throw off the story if I ever do it.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It would be like the satire of suburbia, right? That everybody, you can't tell the difference between the people who are dead inside and the people who are actually dead.
Okay.
But it's just, it seems like proving a point, not really a compelling story. So I haven't really done anything with it.
There's this like, obscure, like not so great movie that people, but I enjoyed it as a kid. It's called My Boyfriend's Back. And it's basically, he's so in love with this girl that he comes back to life, but he's a zombie.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Matthew McConaughey is in like one tiny scene.
That sounds funny, man.
Yeah. Long before he became a big actor. Gosh, why am I forgetting his name? He passed away. He died. Character actor. He was the villain in Mission Impossible 3. Philip Seymour Hoffman played a dummy sidekick jock.
Brant's gonna have to pay $1,000. He's in Big Lebowski. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Sorry.
Yeah. And Matthew Fox. I think it's Matthew Fox's first film. he plays sort of like the jerk boyfriend to the girl that the guy likes, or the guy likes the girl. It's a weird film, and it has like oh, you know what? I think Neil Adams, because they had like some comic book pages in
Oh
the
yeah,
film made, and I think the art was done by Neil Adams.
I will
Uh,
definitely check that out. That sounds funny.
yeah,
And I just saw some press with Matthew McConaughey from, I think it was on what's that awesome talk show in England? Fuck, man, you'd think I was drinking or something. I cannot
was it
remember.
Diary of a CEO?
Graham Norton.
Oh, Graham Norton. Graham Norton.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was watching Matthew McConaughey and Graham Norton, and he said that his early career is just in rom-coms all the time. And he
Yeah.
was talking to his wife, and he's like, I don't want to do this. Like, what I would tell my manager and my agent, give me other offers, and they would just go, no, you're the rom-com guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
his wife was like, well, just start turning them down.
yeah.
And he turned them down for a year and checked back down with his manager. He's like, hey, have you heard anything? And he's like, man, I haven't even heard your name for 6 months.
Yeah.
You keep turning down rom-coms, and nobody wants you in the rom-coms.
Yeah.
And so it went 2 years. And then he got an offer for something he wanted to do at 8 million. And his wife was like, you have to get that. You haven't worked for 2 years. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to do it. And it's the same fucking nonsense. And she's like, well, did you read it? It's not. It's pretty, I forget what it was. But he goes, so he's told his manager, turn it down. And they come back with 10 million. It's like, absolutely not. Turn it down. I'm not doing this nonsense.
I saw
Like,
that interview. Yeah.
did you? And he gets up to 14.5. And he goes, well, let me read it again.
Yeah, and he's like, I read it again, and I could tell that there were some changes.
Yeah, this could
It was
work.
funnier, and but in the end, he still turned it down.
But that's that's why I can't remember what it is, because he turned it down. But then you remember the rest of what he said, right?
Well, yeah, because he turned it down, all of a sudden people were like, wow, like,
he's serious.
yeah. So now that
He really wants to work on other stuff.
he's now not attainable.
But look what
because now he's not attainable. Now it's like, now we want him because we can't have him.
Did you hear what they offered him though? The next bit was the HIV Dallas.
That was one of them, but no, he had other
was.
movies before that.
Yeah, no, but he said the list of all these like just killer things that they offered him that weren't rom-coms because he did that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, so, Lincoln Lawyer. I think Lincoln Lawyer was one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I think that's a really good lesson to learn. That's why I always watch press at lunch, because these guys are going through some shit, and it helps you in your own world, my world anyway.
Yeah.
Where, I'm not at that level, but I deal with similar things,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, just the life lessons and experiences that they have.
Exactly.
You understand them better, and then you relate to them. Like one of my favorite things that Will Smith ever said, and I'm sure he got it from somebody else. It's not just his.
keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
No. No, he said that failure is practice for success.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's all about perspective. It's all how you look at it, because like growing up as a kid, I don't know why, maybe I felt like I wasn't good enough. So I was always like, I need to win, because if I win, then I'm good enough. Yeah. And so I always would strive to, be first place, even though I would get second place multiple times or third place, and so like, if I didn't get first place, it's that mentality of like, I failed, but like, if my perspective was different, then I would have been like, oh, okay, like, cool. Like, sure, I didn't win this time, but maybe next time I'll win. Like, don't, dwell or, look at, don't look at it in a bad way, just like, keep going forward.
When I was talking to Walker about this, I started with a Steve Martin joke, right? He has this great thing that when you lose your keys, you always find it in the last place that you looked. And then he just has this riff, like, of course, everybody finds stuff in the last place that you look, because that's when you find it.
Yeah.
It is in the last place that you look. And so his joke is like, just go to the last place you're going to look and it'll be there. And it's kind of funny. But the thing is, that's the same thing about success and failure, right? Like, you don't succeed until you uncover the success in the last place you look.
Yeah.
Like, because you failed all the way up to that. So if you just look at it, like people always think success and failure, all these like life-stopping things, right? You just look at it like, hey man, I don't have my keys. And in this case, the keys is a metaphor for what I consider success.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a great metaphor. Yeah.
So I'm looking for my keys. They'll show up.
That should be a line in a movie. Like every time the guy
we're writers.
Loses, every time he loses, he's like, I gotta find those keys.
But I mean, that's just such a. You ever watch Orville?
Oh yeah, I love it.
That was the whole thing about the hey, open this jar of pickles for me.
Oh, one of my favorite lines.
It's the shorthand for like character development.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so yes, that's good dialogue. I'm just looking for my keys, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's 10 after of our hour. We went over 10 hours. Oh, look at this. Todd Gross showed up. It's amazing what you find when you're not looking.
Yeah.
Now you're getting, oh my God. I still want to do King Kong, but have you ever seen Zero Effect?
No.
Okay, dude. That has to go. I almost want to do that instead of King Kong, but I'm willing to do King Kong first. But man, the next time we're gonna do.
Okay, so you want to do King Kong and then Zero Effect?
Zero Effect, yeah.
Got it.
I might have to buy it for you, but I will, or I'll autograph my DVD and mail it to you or something.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, there's Timmy. And just as we're going out, everybody shows up. That's great.
They finished their dinner. Now they want a show.
Anyway, Zero Effects, Bill Pullman and Ben Stiller.
And
it's probably the best written movie of the 20th century, 21st.
I've always heard really good things. I've seen bits and pieces of the movie.
Dude, this movie made $5 million when it came out.
Yeah,
and probably $3 million of it was me. I literally saw that. I went every day for a week and a half to go see that movie straight because I would drop Walker off at school, catch like the 9 or 10 o'clock morning show, and start my day. That movie is a fucking Swiss watch. It is incredible. I'm going to tell my friend Nick Tierce that we're watching it, and I'm going to go, dude, you have to watch our fucking analysis of this because it's a really well-written movie. It's great.
Oh, I mean, I love well-written movies. Would you put it up there with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
Yes. I will tell you one thing. When remember I used to publish comics quite a bit. And everybody was like, hey, get a license so we give a shit about it. We don't want this new stuff that you made up. And I'm like, dude, there's only 2 things I would ever write for other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And one is if they let me reboot UFO, which is this weird, obscure show, British show. And no one would. I have a great thing for that. And if I ever do it, it'll just be an Astronauts in Trouble thing. That's what happens to Dave when he's president. Yeah. But the other one is Zero Effect. And I actually looked into, like, Jake Kasdan has the rights.
Yeah.
Lawrence Kasdan's son. And I looked into doing a Zero Effect graphic novel. But what kind of made me panic was I love it so much. I don't think I could write one. I think it would be like my sister trying to write a Big Lebowski movie. She likes it, but she would just be like, it would just be dumb. It's like, hey, look, it's the little Lebowski. And he likes coffee instead of weed. It would be like something stupid like that. And so Zero Effect is the one thing I wish that I could write, and I like it too much.
Did you have any? Do you remember any ideas you had?
Yes, absolutely. They're just all the ideas are not the problem. It's the execution.
Right.
And that movie is executed beyond my abilities.
Yeah,
it is just that good.
Did you have an artist in mind of, like, if you were to make the comic book, I'm like, okay, I'm getting this guy to draw it for me? No?
Just somebody that can draw cars and pants and buildings. It's a detective show, right?
Yeah.
That's all. So, like, who does good detective stuff? Eduardo Risso? Yes, please.
Oh, sure.
Let me steal Sean Phillips from Ed Brubaker.
Sean Phillips, man.
Somebody like that.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Morris just told me his favorite show of all time is UFO. I need you to tell me who Jeffrey Morris is so I can kidnap him, so I can be the only person in the world whose favorite TV show of all time is UFO. Oh, Rockford Files 2.0 for Zero Effect. That's a really good thing. I'm not sure I would have come up with that on my own because there's no superficial similarities at all.
Yeah.
But I agree with that 100%. It's kind of the Rockford Files 2.0. Except Angel is Ben Stiller. Huh. Huh. Hmm. Hmm. Wow, that gets my head around it though. I could write a Rockford Files.
There you go.
Wow, Timmy, you might have solved something for me personally. But so that's what I was saying. Like that movie made $5 million when it came out,
Yeah.
wildly perceived to be just lost to the dustbin of history. So I guarantee you the licensing wouldn't be hard to get. Here's a cool story. Rich Starkings from Comicraft.
Uh-huh.
A few years ago, before the San Diego where they shut it down for coronavirus, so I don't know, 10 years ago, he was leading a panel. He was asked to lead a panel to replace whoever was going to moderate it, that had Bill Pullman on there, and he was just on his way to it when he passed by my booth. I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Rich," and he's like, "I gotta go. I gotta doing this thing for Bill Pullman. Hey, you love Bill Pullman. What you have any questions to ask him that have nothing to do with Independence Day?" I'm like, "Yeah, I forgot he's in Independence
Baseball.
Day. Ask him to, yeah, in Spaceballs." He wanted something that wasn't obvious, right?
Yeah.
And I go, first of all, just stand up and tell him your favorite movie of his is Zero Effect, and then ask him how he prepared for it,
Nice.
because the main character is widely considered to be autistic, but I don't think it is. And so he did all that. He's like, "Well, my favorite movie of yours is Zero Effect, and can you speak to a bit about whether the main character is autistic or not?" I don't believe he is, but lots of people do. And he's like, "Wow, that's a great question." Anyway, he came back and told me all that. I was like, "Yeah, I really appreciate that, because that made it sound like I knew what I was talking about." But I mean, that's everything, right? We all just kind of like, Walker gets upset sometimes about like that he doesn't know everything all at once. And I'm like, dude, first of all, you're a student. So your
Yeah.
job is to learn,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the fact you don't know anything is good,
Yeah.
right? But as a writer, you have to look like you know everything. And guess what? Writers don't.
Right.
So my solution was, I know 10% of 10 things, right? I don't know
Yeah.
100% of one thing. I'm not an expert on anything,
Yeah.
but so I'm wide but shallow, right? But the cool thing about being a writer is that 10% of whatever is, I know what to research.
Yeah.
And so I learn my thing, I go out, I research it to get guys that know what they're talking about, just write down what they say, and it's applying to a character, and then it leaves my head. I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't need to do 20 or 30% that I've just learned. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Like, do 10% of 10 things instead of 1%, 100% of one thing. And he was like, "Thank you, Daddy." And it's just a thing to get your head around it. So yeah.
Oh, and I
I've
want to
got my
mention.
head around it now, though. I'm gonna do my Zero Effect pitch.
Sweet.
Rockford Files 2.0.
You had me
I
thinking
do
of.
give 10% to Timothy Connolly now, though. Maybe I'll just invite him to set up his ukulele at
Yeah.
at the premiere, and he'll
Add
be
him to the
like,
soundtrack.
he'll be like, "Oh,
Create a soundtrack for the
dude, you're
book.
getting in front of my joke," because he's
Sorry.
listening.
Sorry.
So I was gonna go, instead of 10%, I'll get him to at the premiere. I'll get him to play his ukulele, and that'll be great. And that's the shittiest thing ever, right? Because all your friends are having fun, and you're sitting there strumming. No, but we love you, Tim. No, I'm gonna do that, and then when he gets there on the day, I'm just like, "Here's your stand for ukulele. Come and have fun with us." And so that whole thing, I will pay him to bring his ukulele.
That's awesome.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to get that out, so he
Yeah.
didn't think that I was like shitting on him. "Oh, thanks for your help. Stand out there with the rubes and play tunes." No, this is the one time where you get to play with us, man.
Nice. Nice.
Anyway, 0%. I can do that right now. I'll send you a check for 0%. All right, let's see. Per Wikipedia, yes, I've actually seen this. This is how much I love this. Yes. Features Chris Allen. Here's the thing. That was on YouTube for a while. The Alan Cumming. You know Alan Cumming,
Of
right?
course,
He played
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Yeah. The thing about that is all the stuff that made Zero Effect pop was absent from that. It's
Yeah,
nobody's fault. It's just they didn't get it. That's probably part of why I didn't want to write my thing as well.
yeah,
Because I get it, but I'm not sure I could do it. I can now, though. Rocket Files 2.0. That's amazing. I don't
yeah,
even know if I'll waste it on that. I'll just write my version of Zero Effect and keep all the money.
yeah. You were talking about like looking into like licensing rights, and it got me thinking. Like there was a fun animated series I watched as a kid called Monster Force,
Okay.
and the great Marv Wolfman worked on that television series. When I found out, I went on Twitter and I was like, "Hey, I just saw it," and he was like, "Yeah, yeah." I was. He mentioned that he was basically the head writer or the guy in charge. Like he overlooked the whole like story for the whole season of the one season, the series, because it didn't get picked up for a second season. And the reason I mentioned that is because I love like the Universal monsters. And for years, like I know they tried to build a MonsterVerse, like the tie-in films,
Mm-hmm.
and I just felt like they're doing it all wrong. Like they have this animated series, Monster Force,
Just
which
do Monster Force.
yeah, you could just do the blueprint on that, and then boom, there that is your vehicle right there to kind of expand and create
Do it.
spin-offs and yeah.
Do
But
it.
I always wanted to get a comic book of that made, and so like I was trying to look into like, hey, can I get like the licensing rights on that, and build that up and build that into like an independent series, and then like get that released and stuff like that. So like because I love the Universal Monsters characters. And
Why?
why?
Yeah. So you have to pay the licensing rights, right?
Yeah.
So already you have to make sure that you make that money back too.
Well, sure, yeah.
Now don't even worry about it.
Kickstarter.
What does that mean though? Because you
So
can't do that until you have the licensing rights.
right. But you know what? I feel like nobody has even bothered to ask for the licensing rights for this. That they'll let it have
All
it to
right.
me for cheap, kind of like how Stephen King, writes off cheap for the licensing. Because it's like I'm not asking for the TV or film rights. I'm just asking for the licensing rights to make a comic book out of it.
So now you get your contract, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, fine, you get this and this to do this, and here's your performance thing, blah, blah, blah. But at the end, it's like you don't own a bit of this. And so you've done all this work
Yeah.
and you've amplified their IP and everybody loves it. And you don't make a penny because comic books margin is so thin.
Right.
But they go, wow, this is a viable commercial product now because this guy got everybody all excited. And then they make a movie starring Matthew McConaughey and you don't see a penny.
If I'm lucky,
And you haven't made your money back to pay the licensing.
if
So
I'm
you're
lucky,
actually in the red. How would you feel?
but if I'm lucky though, right? If I'm lucky,
No. If you do exactly what you're gonna do and call it Force Monsters,
Force Monster.
you keep all the money. You see what I mean?
Yeah, right. I
Don't
know what you mean.
license anything.
Yeah. No, that's exactly the
That's
advice
why
I think
I
that
never licensed anything because it's ass in comics, and
No, I
you'll
know.
only get the rights for comics.
Yeah.
Like maybe you could get like coloring books. Maybe you could get them to give all printed matter, right?
Yeah.
Because maybe they also think it's nothing. So then you have like a licensing merchandise opportunity. Because I have all printed matter, all of a sudden we're doing trading cards and
Yeah.
comic books and fucking Sudoku mags with my characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
could work.
Well, let me ask you this. If I ever get an opportunity and they send me a contract, could I send you the contract to look over it?
Well, I'm not a lawyer, right?
No, I know, but I figure
Yes, I will give
you know
you
more
my
than me.
reasonable man notes on their contract. Yes.
Okay.
I'll take care of it. If you
Thanks.
get it to that point, I'll probably get you a lawyer because that's ridiculous.
Awesome.
Like, here are the phone numbers of 5 lawyers. Tell them I told them all about your story and not to laugh at you when you call.
Okay.
When's your birthday?
My birthday is December 15th.
Are you kidding? It's like the day before James Mangold's
Yeah.
and my mom's. I just mean, are you kidding? Because I'll remember that forever. All right, not this December 15th. It's kind of short, October 1st. But next October 15th, I mean, next December 15th, I'll get you a lawyer
All right, thanks,
for
man.
your birthday. All right, grim and gritty of groovy goalies. That's hilarious. And
Oh, yeah, I'm not
I would
familiar with
watch
Groovy
a little.
Ghoulies.
Yeah, you just call it something different, man. Anyway,
Groovy
all right, let's get out of here.
Ghoulies.
1:25, man. I gotta eat. It's 7:00. It's not even a Friday night. That's 10:00 your time. Go to bed, man.
No, I got work to do.
I know, poor bastard. All right, thanks, man. Let's just call it birthday lawyer. Coincidentally, the name of my first band in high school. No, just kidding. Will we say? Yeah, we should say thanks to everybody. Lots of folks showed up at the end. Chris, thanks, man. Todd and Timmy, thanks, man. Phil, of course. Phil kept us company. Yeah, I'm just thanking the guys. Don't interrupt me when I'm thanking Phil.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Phil, I'm really sorry. Thank you, though. Randall. Anyway, I'm just teasing. Whatever. Catchphrase.
What took us so long to watch Copland?
Really? That movie's great. I really urge you people to watch that next time it's out. All right. That's it. Goodbye.